32 now, and today marks 2 years since Hamas launched a brutal attack on Israel, killing nearly 1,200 people, taking another 240 as hostages. Today, 48 are still in Hamas custody. Meanwhile, Israel's retaliatory bombing campaign in Gaza has killed an estimated 67,000 Palestinians. As representatives from Israel and Hamas prepare to meet for a second day of U.S.-backed ceasefire talks and a path forward to ending the war. And as we look ahead to what peace could mean for the region, we must also honor the stories of those whose lives changed forever back on October 7th and the days that followed. Among the survivors was Aimee. She was home with her husband and infant son when their home was set on fire by Hamas militants. And in that moment of terror, Aimee made a split decision that saved her child. She joins me live right now to share her story. Aimee, we have to first thank you so much for being here and being willing to share your story. I know it must be tough to go back to that day, but can you walk me through what's going through your mind today as we mark 2 years of this war?
I will thank you for having me. What's going through my mind is could have been different. This could have ended differently. Walking around this morning with my dogs and my son, thinking 2 years ago we didn't have this morning walk. We couldn't leave the house. We were locked. We were surrounded. It's just so different. And today is emotionally draining. And it's a difficult day, thinking about the hostages, all our friends that lost their family members. It's difficult.
Aimee, can you walk us through what happened on this day 2 years ago? How did you realize you were in danger, and walk us through what you did to protect your family?
Sure. Well, 6:30 in the morning, red alerts start. We hear everything. My mother, who stayed with us at the time with her dog, ran into our bedroom. Our bedroom was a safe room. At first, it was only sirens. You hear the booms. Then slowly, you realize that something else is going on. You start hearing gunshots. You start hearing shouting in Arabic. You get WhatsApp messages saying, lock the doors, lock the windows. There's an infiltration. They're here to kill us. Eventually, they find our house. They come in. They break the door. They try to get into the safe room. My husband and myself, we managed to stop them from doing that by holding on to the door for dear life. And when they saw they couldn't get in, they just started torching the house and setting everything on fire. Smoke came in, and we had to act. We had to do something. I was on the phone with the fire brigade for 3 hours, doing everything we could to stay alive, to keep the smoke out. We had to open the window. We saw the terrorists with our own eyes. I saw a terrorist with an RPG on his shoulder, just walking around, quickly closing the window, throwing my son on the bed. And this is a 10-day-old baby. You shouldn't be throwing him anywhere. And it's just amazing he survived. I looked at him this morning and I said, "You're a miracle. You shouldn't have survived." And so today is sort of another birthday for him. We just celebrated his second birthday, and today's another day for that.
It has to be, Aimee, so emotional. And for those watching right now, walk us through. You put your infant son, right, as you mentioned, who we're so careful with to make sure we're holding the head, to make sure, everything is fine with these precious babies. And you put him in the windowsill, was it? How did you come up with that in the moment? Like, how did your mind come up with that plan to save your son?
Yeah, well, it was a combined idea by us. I mean, me and my husband and the firefighter on the phone with us. We said there's no more air in the room. The smoke is just filling up, and soot, black soot is coming out of my son's nose and mouth, and we have to do something. So we decide we have to open the window really carefully. This this window has a massive metal door that drags from side to side, and we have to open it really carefully, quietly, and just keep a lookout. At first, we were holding our son at the window, breathing with him, and eventually we had no more strength to hold him, so I just put some clothes under his head and rested him on the windowsill. Every time we saw or heard a terrorist come by, because they were literally surrounding our house the entire time. Our house was one of the main entrances for the terrorists that came into the kibbutz. And so they were always there. Whenever we heard or saw a terrorist come, we quickly just grabbed our son from his clothes and threw him on the bed and quickly closed the window. And just thinking about that, I say it's terrible. It's terrible that how I had to treat my son, but it saved him.
Yeah, I think all parents right now listening to this are just resonating with you. You did what you had to do in the moment. Aimee, any thoughts on what you will teach your son about what happened?
Um, yeah, I mean, he will eventually see himself as part of history, I guess. So many people know his name around the world, and a lot of people tell me that he gives them strength. Friends that see him every day as a happy, playful child that's growing. And I will tell him the story. I think it's important for him to know. Question is just when. He has to be ready to hear it. I don't shield him from everything all the time. If I see videos, then he comes and he watches it with me, and I just try to explain to him that something happened, and eventually he will understand. And he just gives people hope.
I mean, how do you explain that, to a 2-year-old? Aimee, thank you so much for sharing your story. Happy birthday to your baby boy, and we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.